And it seems we're live now. So I'm very, very glad to greet all the investors and founders for the new InnMind pitching session dedicated this time to gaming, NFT, and entertainment startups in the crypto and blockchain sector. Some of the investors were very busy during bullish market and came back to our pitching sessions after a long pause. Some of them are new ones who joined our network recently and their first time participating on these pitching sessions. And of course, great founders that were selected carefully by our great venture analyst, Abdul, who is also here helping me with everything. I hope that you will be fascinated by the quality of startups pitching here. Before we start, I want to remind all the startups that please ensure you have all the details uploaded to your startup profile, including the pitch deck, updated one. Moreover, today, our development team deployed the new version, the update in startup and investor profiles, so you can share much more relevant details with investors, including your partners featuring and some other great profile fields that help investors to understand better what is the traction of your project so far and warm them up if it is a good match to get in touch with you. And as usually, after the session, we will share your profiles and pitch decks with all the VCs that are here with us today, and later on those that could not join, and facilitate the deal flow, introductions, follow-ups, and hopefully investment deals. And to start with, let me, as usually, give a word for investors to briefly introduce themselves, their investment focus, thesis, and maybe if something has changed or shifted during the market change, maybe also highlight what has changed on these market conditions in your focus or in your investment approach. And the first, I want to give the word to Ben Middleton, who is one of those who missed our previous sessions, quite a few ones, but luckily returned back. He's from Ascensive Assets, managing partner. And Ben, could you please briefly tell us about Ascensive Assets and your current investment focus?
Oh, thanks, Nelly. And yeah, glad to be back. I think we're still looking to deploy in pre-seed, seed stage. Evaluations in the market were quite frothy the last 3-6 months. Wasn't too much value, I think, in the Series A. But yeah, just looking to back good early stage teams. I don't think our focus has really changed much. We're still kind of agnostic even to market conditions. Just want to get in early and help teams get to the next kind of milestone in the project, etc.
But you still invest in early stage, or right now you need more traction?
Still early stage. Obviously, the more code they have, the more we can DD and stuff. But yeah, early stage is still good.
And vertical agnostic, right? So both gaming, metaverse, entertainment, and also hard developed projects, DeFi, infrastructure, protocol.
Yeah, I mean, the space moves really quickly. So I know being in one niche, I think will be quite limited in some regards.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ben. You were really laconic, but very clear. Thank you. As usually, I'm very happy when we have more female investors and founders joining us. I want to give the word to Hannah Savage from VU Ventures. And Hannah, please tell us more about your investment focus and criteria.
Sure. Hi, Nelly. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy to be here. I'm with VU Venture Partners. We are a multi-stage investment firm investing in pre-seed through Series B. We are vertical agnostic. So we invest outside of crypto as well, but within crypto, we are agnostic. So we'll take a look at anything. And I'll say our typical check size is anywhere from 500 to $1 million.
From 500 to a million. Okay, it sounds quite a large ticket size in comparison with many other VCs in the sector.
Yes, so looking forward to hearing what everyone has to pitch today.
Thank you, Hannah. Thanks for joining us today. And I want to give a word to Albin Warin. I hope I pronounce it correctly, from XT Labs, the investment vehicle of XT Exchange. Albin?
Yes, hello Nelly. Hello.
Hi.
Hello
Hi there.
everybody. Good evening from Asia too. So yes, so for us, we're also agnostic because XT Labs depends also from the exchange. So we are able to invest in all type of projects in the blockchain ecosystem. In terms of stage of investment, we go from very early stage to Series A as well. The ticket size go to up to $500,000 as well. And what is a little bit maybe different from our side is like beside the labs, which is the VC arm of the group, we also have other services, so the Launchpad and the exchange. So we can really accompany the project from the very early stage to the growth stage. Yes.
Okay, and what is your medium average ticket size?
Yeah, so as I said, we go from very small ticket from $50,000 to $500,000 maximum. Yeah.
Okay, great to have you, Albin, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So Charlie's just joined us. Charlie Hu, managing partner at Lucid Blue Ventures, and also recently he joined MetaCelium, right, Charlie? So
MetaCelium is my own new brand, focused on the metaverse. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So tell us about it and tell us about your investment focus. You are quite often guest at our pitching sessions. Always happy to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Nelly. Thank you for coming back. It's been a while. Last 3 months, I met over 2,000 people. I've been in kind of conference circuits, went to all the major conferences in the United States. So Lucid Blue, we founded in 2019. We have over 100 projects in the portfolio now. Some have very major returns listed on Binance, on FTX. We had a pretty successful gaming summer last year. I would say we invested over 2,000 gaming or GameFi focused projects. Some of that had over a couple of hundred, X type of return. This year we focus more on the growth stage. Now, still interesting all kinds of early stage projects. People talk about check size, yeah, 50K to 1 million. Then that's kind of our range. Really depends. Because of early stage, a lot of the projects we don't necessarily have too much allocation. I born and raised in China, 2 years in America, 6 years in Europe. Get to know Ethereum when in 2015. We have been in the space since then. Invest in Polkadot in the early stage was the Polkadot major ecosystem build in China. I became the head of China in Tezos 2 years ago, and became the head of China in South Asia, Asia Pacific for Polygon last year. Met over 2,000 projects in the pipeline. And I think in the 2020, we were mostly focused on DeFi. Last year, we mostly focused on NFT, gaming and Metaverse. We want to get closer to the space. That's why we have a new brand name called MetaCelium, Metaverse plus MetaCelium. We sponsored around six events across all different conferences in America, and Permissionless, Consensus, Bitcoin Miami, FTX Bahamas, and VCon and NFT NYC. We were all there. Pretty close to a lot of tier ones, and brought in a lot of the interesting partners to Pantera, Sophium, and Paradigm, and had some portfolio project getting invested by A16Z, and getting quite close to talking with all the major exchanges, including KuCoin, Gate, Bybit, Kraken, FTX, all that every single day. People mentioned about Launchpad, very close to Poker Starter, DAOmaker. DAOmaker's founder was with me in the trip doing NFT NYC, and working a lot with Engine Starter, they're based in Singapore, giving Metaverse focus. Yeah, glad to hear all the pitches today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nelly.
Thank you, Charlie. I'm fascinated about how active you are these days. And also we know each other for more than 1 year. And I see the progress, how fast you actually grow your ecosystem, your network, and your businesses. That's amazing. Also, Charlie, backed quite a number of projects from our deal flow, and I know that they are happy with having Charlie and Lucid Blue and their cap table. I mean, he's a good investor. Okay, another lady investor, Elena Rulli from Alphabit Fund and Launchpool.xyz. Eleanor, would you like to have a few words about your investment funds?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. So I'm Eleanor Rooney. I'm the head of project analysis for Alphabet and Launchpool. So between Alphabet, Launchpool, and GameFi, actually, we have kind of the entire ecosystem of investment boxed off. Alphabet, we're a tier 1 fund. We've been in the space since around 2017. We were one of the first regulated crypto asset funds in the space. Launchpool is pre-IDO. So what we do is we allow access to institutional investments to the retail community. So we allow them to stake for seed, strategic private rounds. And then actually, which is a little bit more relevant to this, we have GameFi, which is an IDO platform that's geared specifically towards gaming and metaverse projects. So we have a community there that is especially tailored towards things like this. Our investment thesis, like I think everyone here, we are chain agnostic, sector agnostic. Our thesis is extremely founder first. We're all about the team and what we can do to help kind of bring their vision to life and how we can come in and help that as well.
But here you are scouting for projects for your launch pads, or you are seeking for projects to invest in the investment pad?
All three. I wear every single hat in every meeting I'm in. So we all tend to invest alongside each other. Obviously, Alphabet is kind of like the mother company behind Launchpool and GameFi. So with us, you kind of get that seed and strategic investment from Alphabet. You get the private investment from Launchpool, in which the community come in and really kind of bootstrap that early days for a project. And then if it's relevant, you can have GameFi as well, the ideal platform if you're like a gaming or metaverse project as well. So like I said, we kind of encompass every single sector of investment with what we do. And we have an incubator and launchpad as well through Launchpool Labs. And we've recently just partnered with Techstars as well. So we have an accelerator in Dublin at the moment that's focusing on Web3 projects.
Okay, Eleanor, thanks for this extensive description of your activities, and I hope you will see here a lot of good startups matching both investment vertical in your business streams and also launchpads.
Good to you. Thank you.
Thank you. I will just ask you to mute your, because there is a loud music there on the background. So when you are not talking, okay, great. Thanks a lot. And I don't see Kevin here. Kevin, are you here? From, Kevin from 7 o'clock Capital. I think he's late, so we will not wait for him. And instead, I see Stan Stolberg. Stan, would you like to step in and share brief information about yourself?
Yeah, hi Nelly, hi everyone. I think I'm one of the loyalist visitors of your pitching sessions since 1 year, and happy to be here as always. So I'm Stan Stolberg, I'm co-founder and CTO on Scaleswap, which is the best community-driven IDO launchpad. And we started 1 year ago, launched 10 projects. 2 of these projects have been unicorns. And we are looking for the best project. So we are pretty agnostic. We believe that in every area of blockchain, it could be good projects. GameFi, infrastructure, something else, it doesn't matter. It's really dependent on the idea and on the sustainability of this idea and on the team. So we are looking very carefully on the team. And I'm pretty curious to see what this time pitching session will bring to us.
Thanks, Stan. And you're also a partner at InnMind Capital, right? So you're investing.
Definitely. I mean, a launchpad, it's of course also a bit about investment. But speaking as part of InnMind Capital, we definitely also looking for investments as well, right? Because launchpad is also kind of, but not really. It's community investment.
Okay, thanks a lot, Stan, for your introduction. I hope Kevin, when he will join later on, he will introduce himself as well. And right now, I want to jump to the most exciting part of this meeting and giving the stage to startup founders. And the first I want to introduce today is the founder of startup XONE from Canada, James Shannon. James, are you ready to pitch?
Very much so, thank you.
Great. Please share your screen, your presentation. You have beautiful background, but we need to see your pitch deck, sorry.
Well, it continues in the vein of what my background is.
Okay, great. And yeah, you have 5 minutes, so the microphone is yours.
Thank you so much to everyone for being here, and thank you to the wonderful VCs for introducing yourselves. Very excited. I'm going to start my timer now. This is XONE. We help people share their worlds. When I was growing up, my world was my bedroom at home. That was the place where I could show off who I was. For me, that was Pokemon cards, that was music posters, that was sports memorabilia. When I got older, that world actually became something much more social media driven. That was my identity. It was a profile. It was Web 2. When I look out at the next generation of people coming online, their worlds are changing again. It's becoming immersive. It's Roblox, it's Fortnite, it's Web3. The tools that those people use to show off their identities are going to change again. And that's where we see an opportunity with XONE. XONE is a mobile augmented reality social network that allows users to build and share 3D worlds, just as we would build and share our profiles. Our vision is to become the Web3 version of TikTok, focusing on user-friendly interfaces, music activations, and community discovery to onboard the next generation of people into Web3. This is your zone. This is your world in our metaverse. It is an immersive 3D space that is actually projected into the world using augmented reality technology through our application. You can use our app to project your world into the environment around you, step inside of it, and in the future, you can build, customize, display NFTs and collectibles and share it within a community of friends that you've built within our platform. We're focusing on blending the best of Web 2 social media features with the new immersive formats and transaction infrastructure in Web 3. For example, instead of having Web 2 thumbnails, you have portals into places. Instead of pictures and videos, you have avatars and collectibles. It is our belief that you have to blend these two features together to make an attractive onboarding path for regular non-crypto users. We've built and released a prototype application to a very niche community of users that we see will have value with what we've built. That community is the NFT community. Today, you can download our app, log in with your wallet or email, and have access to all of your NFTs and zones. Clicking on a zone launches it in augmented reality, and you can explore, display collectibles, hang out with friends, and share it to socials. We're raising a seed round to build the following tools: creator tools, marketplace, music events, which I'll talk about in a second, social features, and a token ecosystem to power the platform. Our go-to-market was through a collection of 10,000 procedurally unique virtual worlds called zones. Each zone acts as an access token into our application, but also as a piece of utility. You can enter it, use it to display your NFTs and collectibles. We built a collection of 2,500 jungle-themed zones and plan to release the balance of the collection over 2022. We are a graduate of an Outlier Basecamp Accelerator program. We've raised a pre-seed of 600K, launched a prototype into market, and just recently integrated our tech with a consumer AR glasses company called Nreal. Most recently, which I'm very excited to announce, is that we've signed an official partnership with one of the 3 major labels out there. The idea is that they're looking to us to build the standard for designing and releasing mobile-first metaverse activations for their artist roster. In fact, the Nreal partnership is helping us deploy our technology in brick and mortar locations in the UK. They're using our tech combined with their glasses to sell products at brick and mortar locations. In terms of our user acquisition strategy, we're looking at partnerships with the music industry to complete this. Our goal is to retain 5 to 10% of users that we are bringing into our platform through large-scale music activations and make them ongoing users of XONE. In terms of competition, we compete with traditional kind of metaverse-style platforms like Sandbox and Decentraland, as well as mobile-first platforms like Jadu and Vive. Our core differentiator is that we are mobile and social-focused first, and focused on bringing in the next billion users into this world. Our token is a utility token. It's meant to allow users to purchase collectibles, customizations, access to events and advertising in-app. We've coined the term here to earn, which allows people to enter into our application, visit and engage, and in doing so, they're compensated with tokens. We are raising $2.4 million in tokens at a $25 million valuation. The token price is 0.25 USD, and our TGE price is 0.55 and targeted for January 2023. Our total raise is 5 million, half of it being in equity. The core team is this. Thank you very much for your time.
James, thanks a lot. You are perfect in time. And I want to welcome investors to ask questions. So please come in, unmute yourself and ask any questions to James.
Hi, James. Could you just walk through the kind of equity / token split? You mentioned wanting to raise 5 million, some for equity, some for tokens, so a little bit unclear there.
Yeah, sure. So because we're somewhat of a Web 2.5 focused platform with some interest in non-crypto VCs, we want to allow for some of the raise to be done in equity and some of the raise to be done in tokens. So 2.4 million of the $5 million target is what we're looking to raise in tokens, the balance being in an equity.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Any other questions?
I have one. James, thank you very much for the pitch. It was a really good one. I like this. You mentioned you signed a partnership with three very cool brands. Maybe you can reveal to us which one. Oh, it's not non-disclosure.
I am under strict NDA until hopefully tomorrow when the news drops. But it's something that I wanted to show you guys because this is an important session for us. So what I can say is that there are 3 major music labels in the world: Universal, Sony, and Warner, and we've signed with one of them through. Yeah, that's all I can say.
And what do you expect from these partnerships? Do you think that they will use your metaverse, or you can use music from them in the metaverse? So what's your expectation here?
There's two main things that we expect from this. The first is that we have solidified ourselves as a crossover Web 2, Web 3 company. So they're looking at us as a tool that they can use to create activations for their artists. And by activations, I mean, let's create a performance inside of a metaverse and bring fans to that performance. To date, they've experimented with browser-based performances. They want to experiment with mobile-based performances. That's where we fit in.
Mm-hmm. And maybe I missed this, but your app will be mobile first?
That's correct.
And the blockchain integration in this mobile first app, is it native or kind of fake integration, you know, like fake tokens, and you will later map these tokens to blockchain in some intermediate service?
That is where we need to hire a platform architect to answer. But to date, what we've done to date is we've integrated fully wallet integration into this. What we're likely going to have is a web-based kind of front end where you can interact with the token and then use a proxy token within the application itself. Reason being that we want to be able to get around any type of regulations in the iOS and Android stores.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Any more questions to James?
Sure, I have one question for James. Can you tell me a little bit more about your revenue model?
Sure, yeah. The revenue model is split into 3 different parts. I would have loved to go over that in the slides, but I had to keep it at 4 minutes and 58 seconds. So there's 3 revenue streams. The first is in-app transactions. In-app transactions are mainly driven by collectible sales and customizations. So much in the same way that you can buy a skin for an avatar, we see that happening with your zone. The second is through brand activations. So this will largely be through the music industry partnership. The idea is to charge for custom zone builds, avatar performances, and custom merch drops. The third revenue stream is through NFT sales. So selling.
Hello. I think that James faces some internet problems. So yeah, probably he will. Yeah, James, I see you.
Not sure what happened.
Are you back?
Can you hear me? Yes. I'm not sure why I got kicked off there.
Okay. So please continue answering the question if you can.
Where did I get?
NFT sales.
Yeah, NFT sales.
And okay, cool. So our third revenue stream, and then also have the token being released in Q1 of next year.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannah.
No problem.
No more questions?
Just one more. How do you see value accruing for the token?
Value accrues to the token through an inflow of people using it to purchase goods in the app. So if we see, what we're betting on is that we see digital identity and the importance of digital identity being tied to the token itself. So as more people come into the application and wish to customize the Web3 identity, they will do so through purchasing. So that we're making is that this is important.
Yeah, James, you cut off again, and yeah, he was kicked out. I guess the problem is not on our side, it's on James' side, and yeah.
Very
James,
odd.
are you back?
I've never seen that happen before in my life.
Okay, so please continue what you just said.
So I was saying that the value to the token will accrue once people use it to showcase and build their digital identities. That's what I would say in the most simple terms.
Good. Ben, are you satisfied with the answer?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks a lot for your questions. And James, great presentation. Yeah, Albin, oh, you want to ask? Please go on.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question. Thank you, James. So if I play today Decentraland or Sandbox, let's say, the experience of user, it's sometimes a little bit limited in terms of it's lagging, it's a lot of not very good user experience because maybe my graphic cards or in the internet connections. As you say, you're mobile first. How do you tackle this issue to make sure that every user will have a very good experience from the technical standpoint?
Combining local and cloud storage. Local storage will be used to populate all of the zones and make sure that they load as quickly as possible. Our background is actually in large-scale augmented reality deployments. And so we've experimented with how we can optimize assets as such to balance that with cloud deployments to make sure that there's enough zone experiences available to make the whole platform interesting. That balance is something that we're experimenting with right now.
Okay, super. Okay, thank you, James.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alban. James, thank you for your presentation and answering the questions. I guess you will have much more questions to be asked in private conversations. And I guess that you will have quite a number of introductions after this session. So please ensure that you edit Abdul and me in your contact details in Telegram so that we can, without any hassle, create the intro chats with investors, okay?
Thank you, Nelly, and thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you. And I want to give the word to the next startup from one of my favorite countries in the world, Vietnam, the startup MovePlus, and the founder, Andrew Nguyen. I hope I pronounced it well. Not too bad. And Andre, are you here?
Yes, okay. You can call me Anne, just Anne. Pretty much easy.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Sure.
So hold on. Okay. So can you see my screen now?
Right now, yes. So please go on. You have your 5 minutes.
All right. So thank you very much for the chance to present about our project MovePlus. So MovePlus is a move to earn projects, and we come up with the slogan "Find joy in every movement, movement." So let's come with the challenges. Originally, what we can see in the market in the market is that people lack of connection and interactive lifestyle, and they spend way too much time on the phone and computer. So we want to create a social platform that encourages people to put away their phone and going out there to do more social activities, to run more, burn more color, and to socialize more, to move more. So this is why we come up with a sort of like gamification move to earn projects called MovePlus. So MovePlus is a combination of GameFi and SocialFi. As a GameFi, we have quite many moving quests like basic quests, advanced quests, marathon quests, check-in quests, matching quests. So we create quite many quests to encourage people to move more, to running, jogging, and running more. So in general, we encourage people to do more, to socialize more. So as for the quests, we have different quests like basic quests. For example, we are asking the people to jogging, running, moving, checking in to earn the tokens. So actually, we consider the token as a promotion and motivation for the users to moving. We have the other advanced quests like check-in quest or solo mode or running in mode in a group mode quest, marathon quest, etc. So in general, we have a lot of quests to keep our users engaged to our platforms. So as for the NFT, we have band NFT compared to Step N. They are selling shoes, but we are selling bands. So as for the NFT, we have different smart band types. We have walking, jogging, running, cycling, and training smart band types. So each of the smart band types here is corresponding to different quests. For example, walking is suitable for walking quests, etc. And we have different smart band rarity from common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. So the user will need to invest in the treasure box, and when they open, they will have the chance to get the legendary smart band type or different other smart band rarity. And each of the smart band type will have different properties like hash point, durability, luck, and recovery. Okay, so now here's the most important thing, the unique selling point, the thing that makes MovePlus distinguished from the other. So as you know that what we can see in the market, there are a lot of move to earn project or play to earn project out there. But the biggest problems of this kind of play to earn and move to earn projects out there, what I can see is that the biggest problem is that they have kind of like a Ponzi business model, where everybody talk way too much about move to earns, play to earns, but nobody can answer the question who pays for such earn. So as a traditional businessman, I strongly believe that it doesn't make sense in terms of business, where in the business everybody can earn, but nobody pay for that. So this is why we created a very healthy business model for MovePlus. So MovePlus is actually a socialized platform. It encourages people to socialize more, to run more. But actually, MovePlus, we are making the revenue, we generate the revenue from selling ads. So actually, MovePlus is an advertising company. We are selling ads for the other businesses. It is just like Facebook. Facebook is a networking, social networking platform. It helps people to connect with each other. But eventually, Facebook is an advertising company. Facebook selling ads eventually. So it is the same with MovePlus. MovePlus, we are a socialized, socialified platform. We encourage people, we connect people, we help people to move more, do more social activities. But eventually, we are an advertising company. We are selling ads to the other businesses. So we have a few revenue streamlines. We have NFT sale revenues, NFT transaction fee, which is very common for a blockchain project. But the majority of the revenue of MovePlus is from affiliate marketing, brand partnership, and marketing packages. So this will show a very healthy business model of MovePlus. So this ecosystem describes how the whole economics running of MovePlus. So we have the income from user investment and from the brand partnership. So the user will need to invest in the smart man type. But the most important thing is we will collaborate with other brands for selling the ads, and the majority of the income should be from the brand partnership. And yeah, the users will be able to earn the tokens by doing daily quest, check-in quest, solo move, etc. And these are considered as the expense of the company, and the majority of the incomes are from the brand partnership. So this kind of business model will show a complete life cycle of a business model. So we are multi-chain platform. We have an apps for Android, iOS, and we integrate with Apple and Galaxy, Xiaomi, Hill Watch to detect the people movements. And this is our team. I am the CEO of Pano Infinity, and Pano Infinity is a blockchain company with 120 staffs, including blockchain engineers, front-end, back-end, etc. And we pick up the best 20 people to join these projects. So these people are very experienced in blockchain industries, in blockchain development and community management, community building, etc. So here is the timeline roadmap of MovePlus, and we're here in the end of June, and we're gonna have the closed beta test next month, and we do the INO next month, and the INO is gonna happen in August.
Just finish the phrase. You want the last phrase, okay? And that's it, because you're running out of time.
So we are raising, we are still open for strategic partner and private sales. Actually, we have done 70% of strategic partner and 20% of private sale. And the target fundraising of MovePlus is 1.2 million, and we actually have raised 270K. So just to summarize, the key point of MovePlus is that MovePlus is not a zero-sum business. We are a socialized platform. We create a platform to encourage people to do more social activities, to run more. But eventually, MovePlus making money from selling ads, and eventually MovePlus is an advertising company. So that's it for my presentation about MovePlus.
Thank you, An, for your presentation. I know that retail community is super hot about move to earn topic, and very curious to see how VCs, professional VCs, are thinking of it. So questions to An, please. Don't forget to unmute yourself, guys, before asking questions.
I can start.
Sure.
Yes.
Anne, thank you for the presentation. One small hint, it's not bad to put the name of the startup on the slide, because once I started to look, I just cannot really map what is the name of the startup. And if I make my notes, it's then very hard to understand. But can you please explain the main differentiator from Step-In?
Okay, so the main difference from MovePlus, the name of the startup is MovePlus. And the key difference from MovePlus and compared to Step-In is that we create a healthy business model where we make the money from the very traditional business model. So we make money from selling ads to the other brands. For example, I can give you one typical example of how we make the money. So for example, like for example, given that we have a community of 1 million active users in our platforms, so we will ask our user to check in a specific coffee shop, and the user will be able to earn some sort of like tokens. So this token can be considered as a motivation for them to check in the coffee shop. And then we'll approach the coffee shop saying, hey, what if I can bring you like 1,000 or check in the traffic of 1,000? So the coffee shop will need to pay us like the marketing packages. So MovePlus creates a win-win-win solution for, first, we create a win solution, a marketing solution for the coffee shop. So they will have a very productive marketing solution. And we create a win solution for our end user because they can earn the token. They can check in the coffee shop and they earn the tokens. And as the publisher in between, we earn the incentive, the commission in between. So this kind of business life cycle is a complete, and it makes sense in terms of business. So in general, we are different from the other move to earn project out there, is that we are kind of like very traditional business model. We have our own revenues from a traditional business model. We don't rely on token sales or stuff like that. So this is a key unique selling point of us. Yeah.
So tokens is more like credits, right? Credits.
Yeah. So we can consider token. It's just some kind of like credit loyalty. It's just like one of the way the promotion.
This would be namely my question, because I saw the total supply you want to mint is unlimited, and I wanted to ask how you will deal with this.
Okay, so in the token model, we have two tokens. One is MPP, is the governance token, and the other one is MOP token. MOP is the in-game token. Actually, the user will earn the MOP token when we have so the user will need to, for example, in our in-games, in MovePlus, people will need to upgrade their smart band type. And when they need to upgrade their smart band type, they will need to spend the MOP token. So when we have every single time when we have 1 million token, we will burn MOP. So we have two tokens to balance our economic to prevent the inflation. But the MOP token, we will burn it very frequently.
So you are yeah, I kind of understand. Maybe it's also a good point to state it somewhere, because if one see unlimited supply and tokens, it may be a bit disturbing. But thank you for the answers. Cool. Let's chat later.
Thank you, Stan. Any more questions from investors? Albin, Ben, Charlie, Eleanor, Hannah? No, I guess no questions. So it does not mean if the number of questions are not related at all to the interest to the project. I want to underline this for everyone. So it just maybe everything is very clear, and we will see what investors say in the follow-up. Okay. Thanks a lot, Anne, for your presentation, and we will keep in touch. Don't forget to add us in contact details, to be able to make introductions.
Sure, that's great. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. You can stop your screen share now. And Anne, please stop your screen. Okay, good. And I want to invite the next startup, this time from Argentina, MUSURE World, and the founder, Tano Bevacqua. Tano, are you ready? Tano, can you say something? I don't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Right now, yes.
No, now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
It's better?
Yes, right now it's better. I see you, I hear you, and I also can see your presentation. So the microphone is yours and you have your 5 minutes.
Thank you. Well, a pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone. I'm right now in NFT New York. I was last week, and I'm here in New York. It's completely changed my mind and made me understand a lot of things about the NFT world. So I hope you were also here. Next time we can meet. So it's a pleasure to me to introduce you to MUSURE World. We are the NFT party and AR world. We started in 2020 with the pandemic. I came from the entertainment side. I did more than 10 events with 5K people in the physical side of the world. And in 2020, we were planning a festival for Latin America. And of course, we couldn't for the pandemic. And we had to change everything. We saw the Travis Scott show on Fortnite. We did our own 3D world. And 2 months later, we won an Epic Games Mega Grant that let us understand that this was the path to build where we have to build in the playroom of the metaverse. So we are helping creators because they earn almost nothing from content releases. They work every day on social networks for in exchange of nothing. And gamers also earn nothing for playing video games. And right now we have a big problem in that also NFTs communities have 0% utility, almost everything. So we're helping this type of these users achieve long-term relationship with their communities, helping them design and sell collectible creations and playing with their community. So everyone is a creator for me and everything is a game. Also because we are facing the next generation of humans, we are preparing the world for them. We know that NFTs creators, it's a new way to monetize and to directly monetize with their communities. So I will not be here. It's quite obvious that NFTs are the next thing. And we are like the combination of Ready Player One, GTA 5, Fortnite, and Sims, but without the bad trip. So for explaining simply, we're like the Fortnite, but for collectible creators. In 2021, we built our own 3D world. You can take a look. I will see you. We can see a demo in a later meeting that let you create your own 3D experience with the multiplayer music show, with esports, digital fashion. We built our first land. It's called Pandora. The music artist paid, the music fan paid, so we have distraction, and we won with this world the Epic Games Mega Grant. These are some screenshots from the inside. We have the streaming portal. You enter it as a flying bird, and now we are developing the avatars for putting them the digital fashion. We start at the day, finish at the night with a lot of VFX, like the Fortnite show with Travis Scott. We also built it after that because we wanted also to understand more from the esports side. We built a 1 versus 1 snowball war. It's a less 3 minutes game and resolve the role of gamers. We understood that we didn't have to do this because it's a little bit boring, was everything web. And we turn back to the 3D world experience. And we created the NFT creator toolkit that let you in less than 3 minutes create your own digital fashion. Like imagine that you can create skins for Fortnite and put it as NFTs to sell. That's what we built it. Also have augmented reality utility. You can remix your NFTs and give to also GameFi utilities because you connect these skins to our 3D world, or maybe others like Sandbox, Decentraland, whoever can already play your game. So this is our traction. We built this in 2021. We won the Epic Games, non-stop growing our community also after Meta, Facebook changed into Meta, and we launched all our web world experience. This is the core value of MUSURE World and the why. We have 5 layers. Each one answer a different question. The own one answer what on how I'm gonna sell it. The create answer the answer of what I'm gonna sell it, the NFT creator toolkit. The layer 2 answer why I'm gonna sell it, how I'm gonna connect this with my community and my identity. The layer 3 answer the play is where I'm gonna use it in the 3D world, augmented reality, and NFT funds. And the layer 4 answer to the why I'm gonna do this, because I can do quests, I can gamify my experience, I can do meta commerce, I can build a strong relationship with my community and sell with them these skins and creations. The business model is at first selling avatars, accessories, and lands, and the late game marketplace fee and show merchandising and tournament tickets from the esports. So regarding to the competence, we are like Fortnite, Sandbox, Decentraland, but from Sandbox and Decentraland, they are more a Fortnite, a Minecraft evolution, and in our case, we are more a Fortnite evolution. Roblox and Fortnite have beautiful creator toolkits, but they are not focused on empowering them. They use them. GTA 5 do not have creator toolkit, and Axie Infinity is a 2D player in our game, super basic. The benchmark was the Travis Scott show. They sold 20 million in 2 days, was completely amazing. The team, I'm Tano. I was a founder of MUSURE production company. I also have a Bachelor of Business Administration. I graduated from the Founder Institute with the highest grade. I graduated from the Y Combinator Startup School. I won 5 award contest by innovation and social technology impact, one from Epic Games. I was music manager for artists, and of course, I'm a gamer. That's why I understand everything from the inside. Jose, my CPO, he was a senior product consultant, CTO of blockchains and different things, also program director of the Blockchain International Council. Alfredo is my chief blockchain officer. He's a developer and architect and cybersecurity expert. Adriano Rodera is my concept artist. He was creative director, game designers for Cartoon Network, Disney, Facebook, and Zynga. In-house, we have more than 25 teams person in our team, from full stack developers, Unreal developers, game designers, community growers, and more. Some of our experience is the Cartoon Network, Disney, and everything else. We have a token, and the funding, we have 300K onboarded, looking for 3 million. In the ecosystem, we have Epic Games, and thank you very much for your attention, and see you in your questions.
Thank you, Tana, for noticing my movements here and signs that you're out of the time. Yeah. Okay. Cool presentation, and I hope you can cover the remaining questions in the Q&A part. So, questions to Tano.
Hey Tano, can creators ingest designs into your metaverse, or do they have to create it in the sandbox kind of creator tools?
Cool. Wait a minute. So the question is why we created our own 3D world instead of making it on sandbox?
No, can you ingest designs into your world, or do people have to create them in your creator tools, basically?
What is a creator?
The tools.
Creator toolkit. The creator
Sorry.
toolkit.
Yeah.
The idea is that we want to onboard everyone in Web 2. That's why we're also Web 2.5. We are not 100% Web 3. Because we understood that creators like streamers, artists, and influencers don't know how to create 3D things. So what we do is we make this toolkit, so they let you automatize the creation. This is our sneaker. You put whatever photo, like I don't know, this photo of me. And right now we started with sneakers. We're gonna have a lot of things like cars, dragons, super things. So here it is. You start the creation, and you can go on. And for example, we made this partnership with a Bored Ape holder. So you can also play in the real world with this QR code. You scan it, you can access to the augmented reality experience. You can enter with this link, NFT MUSURE world. Also, we have a lot of collections already made from our creators that are ready for using it on our 3D world. This is some of our 3D world. We built it, was prepared, of course, for experiences, for VFX, and I will not take more longer, but that's the answer, I think. Yes, you can use our toolkit. And I prefer to you that we help them with this because it's a lot. If not, they will not do it. That's the difference between sandbox. Essentially.
Okay, thanks for answering that. Another question is like, I think users maybe get overwhelmed when they enter, a new metaverse and there's all these designs to pick from. Is like a system to kind of curation where people kind of can find maybe popular designs, or how do people get involved when they don't really know, what to do when they first get introduced to your kind of fabulous world?
Well, they only have to use one photo, so you have automatic creation. So it's very simple, and you put whatever photo you have, and it's very, very simple, straight to the point. So you can create your own, and we have our toolkit that prepare everything for onboarding and have it simple. We don't take too much time in this. I think the most valuable thing around the toolkit is let you create something easy and put it on the 3D world and connect it to your audience. So the main idea.
More for new users who are new to your world, how they get like involved, because it's obviously kind of overwhelming when you first enter like a metaverse, right?
No, for new user will be easy. They will only have to enter with single sign-on, and they will be there. And if they like the experience and the favorite creator is there, the idea is the creator selling to them their creations and gamifying experiences with the mini games. It's a video game. It's in less words. So for new user will be straight to the point in 2 clicks.
Okay,
if they don't want to create, they don't need to create. They can only play.
Ben, I guess you are satisfied with the answers, right?
Yes.
Just a short question to you. I remember that you are an owner of a couple of Bored Ape monkeys. Would you feel excited to enrich it with this type of golden sneakers?
I might be. It's more a question of do other people want my golden sneakers after I've made them or not.
It was just a customer development for the startup. Yeah, thank you for your answer. Any other questions to Tan?
We also were featured on the Times Square right now. It's something easy, but we helped the creator make augmented reality experiences. So that's also something that we work. We also put our experiences in physical experiences, and we help them on board and make most valuable propositions for their music shows or shows. So that's also other point where we like to force, because I came from the physical side, so I will be there also.
Okay. Yeah, we saw you in the video. So Albin, Charlie, Hannah, Stan, any questions?
Yeah. Okay. I go for a question. Hello, Tano. Hola.
Hey, Alvin. Hola, Alvin.
Yeah, I love your hair. First, very nice.
Thank you. Blue.
So I have a question when it comes to the item that will be created, like the sneakers. Today, in most of the metaverse, the item created are not really interoperable, meaning like I cannot really bring it from one metaverse to another, and it become also a very hot topic and subject today. How do you see this issue? Can I imagine I'm creating this pair of sneakers in front of me, and I can bring it somewhere else in another metaverse?
Of course, the idea of the interoperability, it's a beautiful utopia. So yes, we will be pushed forward for this, because for us, we only want to sell NFTs for the creators. So for us, the game, it's a commodity. So if you play with our NFTs in our game, or you play with our NFTs in other game, for us it's the same. So I will be pushed forward that NFT integration. I think Ready Player Me is doing that beautiful job. We have a partnership with them. So we only have to put sneakers on their avatars. The avatars can use it. And so you can have also VR chat. You can also have in different, more than 200 games. So interoperability is something difficult, because you have to read manually made for every game, the asset, but we can do it. We have the team. And of course, for me, it's a value proposition.
Okay, cool. And have you thought maybe about the next step, like a physical item? I mean, I like these shoes. I could definitely wear them sometimes.
Yeah. Of course, we can do it, but we will do it for verified creators, not as a value proposition and not as a core value and core business. We will do it as a marketing movement.
Okay, cool. Okay, gracias.
Thank you, Albin. I saw that Charlie also unmuted to ask question. Do you still want to ask it?
Yeah, right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I'm pretty interested on a lot of the partnership engagement you guys have. You mentioned you guys have experience working with Zynga. I saw that you partner with Unreal on a lot of these pretty interesting partners. What will be the provers, how to say, sorry, the standard of process look like? The solution you have, the kind of the virtual item, kind of like avatar, working with brands. How does the kind of income, how to say, the input, output, and process will look like? Yeah, we'd like to be curious to understand the process and outcome.
So how we integrate brands in our world? That's the question.
Yeah.
How do we? Cool.
Pretty much
so
in the technical layer. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, so in the technical side, we only need the PNGs of their logos and maybe some ideas with more concept better, but we do everything manually. And if they want to do it manually, they can also do it. But it's very simple. We prepare, that's our toolkit. That's why our toolkit is prepared. So you have the normal creation on the automatic, the custom creations that allows you a template. It's a new UV mapping. So you have the 3D asset and you put it in plane. So when I paint it here in the asset, it painted here, for example. So it's very simple for everyone that have basic knowledge of Photoshop or similar. But if the brand don't want to do it, we can do it manually. For us, we can onboard everyone. It's very, very simple. We take 1-2 hours, maybe also 30 minutes to make a custom sneaker with only one artist, with Hector, our Disney and Facebook and Zynga ex-artist. Straight to the point.
So you're talking mostly with their brand and their department, kind of chief branding officer, interact with it, getting the brand content out, right? What would be the rationale? Let's say, because we talk with a lot of AAA studios and all kinds of big brands as well. A lot of them wants to do NFT drops and stuff, right? So instead of just doing a random NFT drop, working with MUSURE, MUSURE, what's key differentiation? Like if you're presenting to the chief branding officer or the big CEOs.
We help you design and sell collectibles for this video game, and that you can play also with your community with this collectible. So you will have your sneakers.
You have more interactive, composable, collectible as a digital item.
Exactly.
Those brands can interact with their fans.
Exactly. It's a gamified collectible. It's a gamified collectible. So your avatar, your community avatars will be there with you, and everyone can have your custom creations, your cars, your dragons, your pets, your sneakers, whatever, your skins of your brand, and they can buy it, they can sell it. You can do an ecosystem around you. You can also bring creators that use your stuff. So for us, it's unlimited right now. It's a product placement toolkit. This.
Got it. So how does blockchain integration look like right now? You guys build on Ethereum. What's the minting?
We are agnostic.
We
are agnostic. We only go forward with the ones that are gonna invest in us. We rejected an Animoca brand investment in December 21 because the advisory token was too high. We rejected a Polygon grant in 21 also because was too low the grant. And for us, how we integrate to blockchain is through OpenSea. So we have the NFTs there, and whatever, and also as we have the fiat ramp there, we can sell and buy very quickly. And everything on the video game will be purchased with the in-game token. That will be not our token. But if you want to buy this in-game token, you have to do missions or you have to buy with the crypto. So that's the connection. So for stores like Play Store or Apple Store, we will not have no friction. That's why we are 2.5. It's not an involution, it's an evolution. It's a combination between the beauty of Web 2, that is the no friction, that is and the beauty of Web 3, that is ownership and transparency and that stuff. So that's all. We connect the sum of the NFTs to blockchain, and everything else is straightforward.
Okay. Interesting. I respect your rejection to these guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. We talk soon.
Thank you, Charlie. We had to do that Web 2.5 because our user is different. Our user is a Web 2 based user, is someone that does not understand
Web 2.5 is the word.
Yeah,
not everything needs to be Web 3. That's a cliche. Web 2.5 is okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie. You understood. Yeah.
Thank you, Charlie, and thank you, Tano. I think the rest questions you can discuss privately with investors. Thanks for your presentation and very good energy.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy life. Deep breath.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Hola. Okay, so coming from Argentina to Europe, the startup from Netherlands, StraightFire, and the founder, Chris Iceberg. Chris, are you ready to pitch?
Yes, I am.
Very good. I hear you well, and I also see your presentation. Can you please maybe make it bigger?
Yeah, here we go.
Now, perfect. You have your 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much for having us here. So my name is Chris. I'm the co-founder and CEO of StraightFire. So let's kind of jump right into it. So we are a NFT social app, which basically means that it's the first tool or app that helps you share your NFT stories to all your socials. So what that really means is we give your NFTs a stage to shine on. We bring them alive. And basically it helps everybody who owns an NFT to become an NFT marketeer. So, you know, we are facing some serious problems, I guess, in the NFT space, and particularly with a lot of the PFP projects being around, looking, I would say, not tremendously amazing. At the end of the case, the NFT projects have a bit of an issue because secondary sales is slow. You see a lot of these projects that are following the same curve with when the FOMO is there, floor prices go up. When the FOMO dies out, floor prices go down. At the end, there's always a group of people stuck with an NFT. And that's basically the target market that we're focusing on. So we're here to help not only the NFT holders, but also the NFT projects. So let me take you through the dApp that we have built, and let's show it through a little video. So this basically is the dApp that we've built in just slightly over a minute. Let me focus in on the last part where we say share to earn. So like a lot of other companies, we have developed an X to earn model. In our case, it's a share to earn model. What we basically do is we measure the social impact that you have on your socials. So let's start with Twitter, right? Based on the API, we measure not the number of followers that you have, but the interactions that you have curated, the social impact that you have created on Twitter. So it's the likes, it's the shares, it's the comments, and based on that, plus the 3D stages that you have used within the dApp, they determine what your in-depth score is and how many S-fires you earn. With those S-fires, you can upgrade your 3D stages, create a bigger social impact, but also the higher rated 3D stages have a higher multiplier. So therefore you can earn some more S-fires. You can use those to upgrade your 3D stages. You kind of like understand what I mean. So what we have done so far is alpha test is done. We're right in the middle of the beta test. If you go to our website, you can sign up for it. We have the beta launch in July, and in October we have the V1 launch. Investment-wise, we have secured the seed round, strategic round. We've just opened up the final private round of 1.225 million, and we have an estimated public round at the end of 3Q. Partnerships, we have a partnership with Polygon, with Chainlink and Super Oracles. That's from the blockchain part. We've integrated with over 100 plus different wallets, which enable you to see NFTs from about 70 plus different blockchains in the dApp. Like many of the other projects, we're working with Unreal Engine. And I think I just want to zoom in a little bit on the brands and the IPs part. There's two companies there, Epic and Bonnie J, and I will get to that a little bit later. One of the first investors was MEXC and GSR, so there will be the central exchange and the market maker. We're currently negotiating the final or having the final conversations with a number of launchpads, and we have an estimated listing in September of this year. So I'll go to market strategy. Basically, this is the branding part. We are from a background of storytellers and from the world of branding and working with IPs. These are a number of the IPs that we're working with. They could be NFT projects such as Hape or Tank Metaverse, where we help the project to offer these 3D stages in our dApp to their community. We can actually build it in such a way that only the NFT holders can see these 3D stages in the dApp. To keep the momentum going. And I guess in this way, as an NFT project, but also as a brand or IP, you can control the narrative of the user-generated content on all Web2 socials. We've just finished one for Mr. Bean, the NFT collection. We have developed our own IP called The 12, which is an interactive sci-fi story that is inspired by the Chinese zodiac, by the 12 animals. That IP is written by the writer of the game Horizon. And we're working at the moment on a number of IPs where we have to develop the NFT concept as a whole, together with the IP holders, and that's Peaky Blinders, Black Mirror, and Survivor. So what we're looking for at the moment, as I said, is 1.225 million for the private sale. These are the tokenomics. We can go into a little bit of the detail later. And I guess that if you want to connect with us, you can scan the QR code to our website, or you can connect with me on Telegram.
Chris, thanks a lot for this presentation. I think others will agree with me that it was really impressive. But let's hear what investors would say or ask you. So welcome to ask questions to Chris.
Hey, Chris, could you kind of explain or walk me through how you see the demand for the token going? Obviously, giving out these rewards. What's the other side to balance out that equation?
Yeah. So basically, the idea is this, right? So at the moment, since we're not public, the token obviously is as what some of the other projects talked about, the credit. When we are public, the starting point is that the SFI is a real token that can be earned and can be spent. Ultimately, every 3D stage will become an NFT, so it will be a complete on-chain transaction that takes place. So obviously we have the usual staking opportunity here, but really what we're trying to facilitate here is it's almost like the double flywheel that you can see here on the page, is that on the left side, through sharing and creating an impact on your socials, obviously from a user point of view, you have the opportunity to sell your NFT. I guess that's their main benefit. But to start the flywheel, it's quite clear that you need to incentivize people for sharing, and this is a very easy way of incentivizing sharing. I guess it comes back to one of the main criticisms that is out there for Web2 social platforms, that all the profits go to the platforms and not to the users. I think it's linking to that part. Ultimately, it's the green circle here of the double flywheel that we are interested in, because that basically is based on creating traffic to the platform, and therefore being in a very interesting place to work with NFT creators and brands. So our background as founding team is from the world of storytelling and branding. And this is exactly what we have been doing before for the past, I would say, 10 years, taking IPs, developing concepts and taking them into the digital space. And now we're taking it into as Charlie so eloquently put it, into the Web 2.5 space. Does that somehow answer your question?
I mean, partly, but I'm still not seeing where the value accrues to the token holders. I understand there's rewards for increasing volumes and promotion, but where does the passive holders or the people just investors that want, where does the token accrue value there?
Yeah, so basically, I think the incremental value will come from the fact of improved traffic and the higher need to have these S-fires to upgrade your stages and to actually earn more S-fire with it. And basically, how it works with these different stages is that the basic 3D stages that we are developing are say the 1-star rated ones. The more exclusive ones, the more limited edition ones, the longer ones are all in the upgraded levels. So basically, how it works is that you input your NFTs into these 3D stages. It's a real-time rendered mobile video, including music that you can share immediately to your socials. So it is, if you want to create just a bit of a buzz, if you want to create a meme, if you want to create traffic to the marketplace, because there's a clickable link in the shared video to your marketplace. If you really want to create that, there's a real incentive for people to start upgrading the 3D stages. So that's where we expect I would say the scarcity to come from for the S-fire.
But again, let's just say you did $1 billion worth of volume or sales. There'd be no direct kind of value accrual. It would only be indirect through people wanting to upgrade their stages, etc.
In that sense, yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Any other questions to Chris?
Hi, Chris. Thank you for the presentation. Can you give me a little more detail on the raise?
Yeah. You mean this page?
Tell us how much are you raising?
Yeah.
Which conditions? What allocations are available? What rounds?
Yeah, so we just opened it last week, right? So the private sale, so the 1.225. So that's fully available still, and it's at the vesting schedule is 10% at listing, and then equal distribution 2% per week. That is this part. So maybe this will give you also a good overview of the one that is open, the private sale one.
Your slides are not moving. If you try to show the slide about fundraising, we
okay.
see only the QR code.
Okay, let me share it again.
Okay, here is
the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were seeing this one. So this is the overview, and the private sale one is the one that we're talking about here, and then this is the vesting schedule, as you can see it in a number of weeks here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So that's clear for you, Hannah. No more questions from your side?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
By the way, if you have a specific question from a investor point of view, you can always ask also Charlie, who was so kind to be one of our first investors, actually the first investor.
Oh, that's cool. Congrats, Charlie.
Charlie is the fourth member of the founding team.
Okay, then I guess, Charlie, you don't have questions. Maybe Alban, Stan, anyone else?
No, I don't have questions. I can answer.
You can answer. Good. Any questions to Charlie?
I have one, maybe last one. Chris, can you elaborate on which stage your technology is currently?
Yeah, so we're in private beta test. We can hook you up and so you can have a try. Basically, the functionality is done and dusted. We share at the moment to Twitter as the starting point, simply because from a community point of view, that's where everybody is. Then the rollout that we have in mind later on is through TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. At the moment, there's some of the basic 3D stage in there, so people can already put the NFTs in it and share that to the socials. And then in through our 3Q, we will add the clickable links to the marketplaces, and we will hope to include the Ascensive usage to upgrade the 3D stages. Ultimately, we have an opportunity through our partner Epic to access Warner Music about adding the personalized music option. We didn't want to include it for now, but that could be one of the options at the end as well.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Sounds good. And this beta release,
yeah,
anyone can join, or it's closed beta?
It is a closed beta, but if people sign up for it, then based on what we know, they can actually use it, and we will be happy to show it to you.
Okay, yeah, I will definitely check it out, and maybe we catch up later.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Chris, and good luck with your further project development. We will stay in touch for follow-ups with VCs, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now I want to invite the startup from Emirates with a cool name, Bearverse. Eugene Kitkin is the founder. Eugene, are you ready to pitch?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So please share your screen.
I'm starting my timer, and it's here. Can you see it well?
Yeah, but there is no, it's a video, right?
Yeah, I wish to start with teaser video of our game, and then I will continue with the pitch deck. Okay.
Okay, it's not about cute bears, it's about brutal bears. Okay, go on. 5 minutes.
Thanks. Go.
When the sun began to go out and the earth began to cool, covered in ice. When the bears began to lose hope, a Rainer golden fur led the animals onward, and the flying city of Weg became their home, their new hope, and their end. Centuries later, Weg was found again in the ice by those who had survived this long winter. Who will lead them forward? The world awaits you, Seeker. Assemble an invincible squad of bears, explore the world, and earn money in the game.
That's the game. So, thank you for watching it. I wish you love it so much. So, briefly, the Bearverse is a mobile free-to-play multiplayer auto chess game with shared time-based economy. It was incubated and produced by 15 people, full-time team members experienced in game development and launching the crypto projects in the space from the year of 2016. As a company, we already generate revenue by developing games under the NDA, under outsourced deals for our clients. During the last year and a half, we have produced 3 games in the casual difficulty. And today we are building own IP, own universe called Bearverse.com with 4 games from the start. Jet Bear is the small game which is already live on the Play market. The Bearverse Team Butler is our flagship, so is the main game which will allow players to combine NFT bears, the items with unique abilities, with unique attributes, and with unique 3D look in a teams to complete levels and beat unique bosses. Also, on the MVP stage, we are producing the augmented reality location-based game, and in the next week, we will release the Discord game on our Bearverse server. In the next 2 years, we are going to produce not only the Team Butler we are doing right now, but also the farming simulator, tower defense, and forex strategy game. And the really cool is that all of our games will use the same NFT bears and shared in-game economy. So if you're good in one game, you can move your progress to another game. Our target addressable market for Web2 players is North America and Western Europe. And our mission is to help 93 million of people to learn more about Web3 concepts. Our bears will belong to 11 clans and will divide by 6 classes. This is an example of augmented reality game in which you need to take your team, your friends, buy embryos and beat the bosses to get new embryos. This is a sneak peek on our Discord game, and this is our business model. So it's a classic Web2 that we're going to provide in-game purchases, and some of them will be available only for our token. All the fees from the marketplace, we are going to move to Web2 marketing to generate fiat revenue and buyback and burn token. What is cool about our game is that we have sustainable economy because of win rate based mechanics. So we can move difficulty to adjust mastery of players and know how much money the winners will get and how much money losers can provide us to pay out the winners. Our game was our team combined from me, my brother, my partner from previous project, and 2 cool guys, Sam and Joe, who do VFXs for 12 years as a Los Angeles-based company. For now, this is all. The rest will be in a pitch deck attached. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Eugene. Yeah, Questions to Eugen, please.
Yeah.
I can start. Eugen, really interesting what you have created, because this is connected to the beer market, right? I mean, the whole idea is really.
Let's not ask. Sorry.
I know, but it's so interesting because you try to get attention with this, right?
Actually,
so,
no. Actually, because we started with this idea last year, so we're already developing for like almost a year. So we started on the bull market actually, and the game itself called Bulls and Bears at the first place. So
okay, Bulls and Bears, because I saw Bearverse or something.
It used to be called Bulls and Bears at the first R&D drafts, etc. But the game right now and the franchise called Bearverse today. This is the main.
Does it have anything to do with envelope Nifty?
No.
No. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, but now to more substantial questions. So when the game will be ready?
We already have a working prototype, so first playable. You can go to bearverse.com/demo, download the game on your Android phone and play already. So the balance is ready, 3D models there, enemies there, etc. So, but we schedule our global launch to the next year. It's like Q3 of the next year with in-game. Yes, with the in-game economy will be ready in the end of this year, in the Q4 2022. I mean,
but
global launch in Q3 of 2023.
But why is global launch so far from the even token economy readiness?
Because we need to test our monetization, because we need to test retention rates, etc. By global launch, I mean the Web 2 global launch. It means that you will soft launch on one country, on one, or on Web 3 only, or on a group of people. I mean, the group of people could be 10,000 players, right? So, and then you will globally launch on the whole world in the multiple countries.
And how big is your community now? So how many testers, test players do you have?
Today is 3,400 people in Discord, with 10% always online people. And in Twitter is more than 6,000 people with really good engagement rate metrics.
But do you know how many of them plays really the game or the beta? Do you have any statistics?
We have 20 daily active users. So 20 people every day download the game, try them, and check mechanics, etc.
Okay, I think it's something worth to work on. So you really, because the game seems to be ready for beta, for playing. So you really need to grow the community and just test hypotheses and get feedback. So no more questions from my side.
Thank you, Steph. Any other questions to Eugen and Bearverse?
Hey, Eugen. Did I get it right that people need to kind of gamble tokens to play the game, and then the winners get paid if they win, and losers lose if they obviously lose? Is that right?
It's not like obviously gamble, but let's say I can go back. So a player will buy the NFT bear, and same as Titan Arena, for example, or other play-to-earn games, the NFT will have durability. And with every game, it will lose the durability, but only depending on the mastery of player. Spending 100% of durability will bring him a certain amount of money. And it should be like, if player knows what he is doing, if he builds the team well, if he followed the guidelines, etc., or he really knows the bosses and their mechanics, so he will win. So the win rate will be really good, and the player will earn money. If not, he will need to adjust his team to test more, to find the best working combinations, etc. We will have 198 unique NFT bears. And this brings a massive amount of combinations. And this is where we can play with players' mastery and with balance. So it totally depends on players' mastery. So the gambling itself, not such a suitable term for this, but in economy, we can say that, yeah.
So to summarize, people need to buy NFTs to make a team, and these NFTs last a certain number of games. And
Yes.
once they get to that number of games, they are destroyed. And depending on how your win rates on those games, you're going to get coins back.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Any more questions, guys?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. Any more questions? Albin, Charlie, Hannah, Eleanor? I guess that's it for today. You can answer remaining questions in private mode, Eugen. Thanks a lot for your presentation.
I will be happy to. Thank you for opportunity.
Thank you. And yeah, you can stop your screen sharing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least for today, I want to invite to pitch the startup from India, CryptoLand, and the founder, MUSURE. Musu, are you ready?
Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yeah. Do I pronounce your name correctly? Musu?
Yeah, MUSURE.
Okay. Nice to have you here, and you have your 5 minutes. We see your screen. You can start.
Okay, thank you. Hello, guys. I'm Muthu from CryptoLand. I'm the founder and CEO of CryptoLand project, and also founder and CEO of the Premium project, which is mainly focused on open-to-use permissionless tool and also Ludo game. And we are now focusing on Metaverse games. So, what is CryptoLand? We are building a Metaverse open world style game that is similar to a GTA 5 online game, similar kind of that where we are trying to build and creating a open world Metaverse game style within a virtual world, and creating opportunities like engaging in social activities and real estate, like virtual real estate. That is the main base of the game. And on top of it, we are like building a battle royale, soccer, basketball, and cricket, and all kind of sports game and indoor and outdoor games and racing game on top of it. First, we are like launching the battle royale when the Metaverse world is finished. It is an evolving and upgrading map. Which mainly focuses on free to play to earn, and we are introducing a new concept of play and earn model, which is mainly a player versus player model. We are like introducing this model so that upcoming crypto games will follow us and implement the same play and earn model to make the game sustainable in long term. So the problems which current games facing are like unsustainable ecosystem and usage of many tokens. Like when they ran out of primary token, they launch the secondary token, and when they run out of the secondary token, they launch the tertiary token, and so on. They keep moving on, minting unlimited tokens and NFTs, which in turn harms the end user. Like in the long run, the players will be facing a value depreciation and also the NFT value going down to like 10x and also 100x if they keep on minting the NFTs and distributing the tokens in an unlimited supply. Okay. So we are bringing a traditional fee model, which is the play and earn model, and also the in-game token, which is not tradable anywhere, and also connected with 100:1 ratio of the native token, which is the land token of our CryptoLand project, and also systemic reward, which keeps the ecosystem balanced, and also variety of games will be launched on the Metaverse world. And these are some of the NFTs environment which we have built, and we have like acquired some of the assets which are like good in graphics and also like usable inside the game. Okay, these are the ecosystem. Like when a player comes into our metaverse world, he can choose to do a free roam and also do a treasure hunt inside the metaverse world, which is like a randomly generated treasure chest based on the reward allocation from our side. User can use the NFT compass to search the treasure hunt more easily than a player which don't have the NFT compass. And also landowners can have the benefit of earning a 10% of reward on each game played on their land. So if you take the battle royale game, it starts from a safe zone of 2 kilometers. When the 2 kilometer like includes the landowner of the player or like any other person, they can earn a potential of 10% reward from the game the played on their land. And also we are like focusing on building multiple games with a play and earn system, and the in-game skin items, everything will be like solely based on the winners only. Will not be like pushing all the NFT games, NFT skins and all the things in-game items to directly to the players, because it won't create much effect when we push the NFT to the end user. It has to grow a ecosystem in itself. When we like give the winners as a chance to get the items, they'll keep it as a precious thing, and they'll start trading it and creating a new level of ecosystem for the in-game items. And this is the
Muthu, you have a few seconds just to finish your idea, okay?
Okay.
So yeah,
so this is the core features. We have like NFT for in-game items, NFTs, and also the metaverse world, creating events, games on top of the metaverse world, free roam and reward systems. And these are some of the NFT skins. I'll just show you the tokenomics. We are like minting a 1 billion land token, which is a native token of the CryptoLand. We are like pitching here to get the seed round, which is $550,000 to build the a base version of the game to be able to launch on the public sale. When it is launched, the user will be like having the base game to try the game and use the tokens when it is launched. And I'll finish it with the traction. We have pitched on the Binance Revelation program, and we won the 5th place out of 109 projects solely on the metaverse and the NFT and the gaming vertical. Out of those 109 projects, we are the first one to get 5th place and get the grant reward with the prototype stage. Also, we have won the Amazon Web Server grant credits, and these are some of the traction so far we have get. We got over like 40,000 subscribers and followers in all social medias. And this is our core team members. So I'll just finish off. If you have any doubts, I can explain.
Yeah, thank you, Muthu, for your presentation. For future, you can keep it shorter, more dynamic maybe. Yeah. And I welcome investors to ask questions. If you missed some information during presentation, you can ask about this. Funding details, tokenomics, etc. Don't forget to unmute yourself if you want to ask questions. Albin, Charlie, Ben, Hannah, Stan. No? Okay, it seems that there are no questions about CryptoLand. Don't get disappointed. Maybe everything is clear.
It's a very short time to describe so much instructions we have in the game. It is really tough to cover it in under 5 minutes.
I understand. That is why we are sending pitch decks to investors so that they will have the full overview and they will have time to digest it. So thank you very much, Muthu, for your presentation. You can now stop screen share, and we will follow up shortly with you for the introductions and follow-ups with investors.
Okay. Thank you.
And before we finish today, I want to remind that in 2 weeks, we have another pitching session dedicated to infrastructure, Web3 blockchain infrastructure, and DeFi verticals. So if any of investors wants to join this session as well, we will have it in 2 weeks, and the startups still can apply. It will be Mark Nazar, venture analyst at InnMind, who will be responsible for selection process. And just before we finish, one question to investors. I know that a lot of people are asking how, for your advice to startup founders, how to survive on bear market. But at least I can see that this positive piece of advice is not always heard. So maybe you can underline the core mistake that you observe founders are doing on the bear market. So, and what they should avoid doing. Who wants to start? Tell us what is the mistake founders should be avoiding on a bear market.
Sorry, I need to run, and one short sentence from my side. Founders, don't be so focused on raising a lot of money. Be more focused on making more customer development, building community, and building the product. I think so. Raising money is important, but it's not the key. It's more important to build something sustainable. In that sense, Nelly, thank you very much for this really great pitching session, and I have to run, and good evening to everyone here.
Thank you, Stan, for your advice, and thank you for joining us. See you later. Thank you, Stan.
Bye-bye.
Ben, you wanted to add something from your side?
Yeah, main bit of advice is just to cut the burn rate. Yeah, it could be in a bear market for the foreseeable future, so you need to really make sure you're lean and treat it like a startup. Lots of people raise lots of money at high valuations, and they see that and they think they can always raise money, but I don't feel the funding markets will recover for a good while personally. So yeah, watch your burn.
So watch your burn rate. And speaking about valuations, I know that you expect valuations to go down. Should the founders think over reducing the valuations right now, or it's better still to try to raise on the reasonable valuation that they hope to get?
I mean, quality projects will always get invested in, and often even at good valuations. It's the middle and lower tier projects that will really struggle. So yeah, obviously each project is different, but you have to be realistic and accept lead offers or offers, etc. When you need the cash. So yeah, I mean, you have to be realistic about these things.
Makes sense. Thank you, Ben, for sharing your wisdom. Charlie, you want to be the next?
Yeah, please. I need to run as well. Thank you for the session, Abby. This kind of event is still the same. I like the energy still here, because you can sense the sentiment changed quite a lot when the token price dropped a lot, right? Some people lost a lot of money in the last 3 months. I'm talking not just retails, but also institutions. We're talking about 9 figures, 10 figures, not just a couple of thousands. So we are in the very realistically bad recession market, because some of the money printing party is over because of the macro. We all know that. So be careful about burn rate. The bear could be very long, could be shorter, but it could be very long. Prepare the worst. I will say from the VC perspective, a lot of people are very pessimistic, but still massively bullish on a lot of the alpha projects. But the ratio will be very low. So survival is very important. Hang around, spending a lot of money on a lot of the randomness stuff is not going to help you. A lot of raising money will be tougher. We all look at a lot of the game demos, the product demos, the actual traction, not just streaming, right? Because we remember last year, project become oversubscribed from day one. They just want to say that. We're not going to believe that and any of that, right? It's a very different market situation. So we wanted to see a lot of attractions, and that's much more important than ever, right? The ground is always the real builder can survive. I remember in 2019, all the DeFi blue chip survived, and then they become all the biggest blue chip DeFi protocols in 2020, 2021. So I would give that to all the founders today, to everybody I'm meeting. I met over 200 founders in the last 3 months. Everybody is suffering. Everybody is having a hard time, not just the founders, everybody, right? So whoever have the tenacity to survive can be there and be the winner for the next bull run.
Great
motto. Which is coming. But we never know. All right. Thank you very much. I have to go. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot for your wisdom. Thank you. Take care. Albin, you want to go next?
Yes, sure. Thank you very much for today. It was a really great event. A lot of nice ideas, a lot of nice projects. What I want to say is that before being an investor, I was a founder myself. I founded more than 4 startups with some failures and some exits. And most of the time, I had my best idea during the hardest time. And I guess one of the things that was very important is that in those tough times, a lot of founders forget also what is the way I can also make money. Because the concept of a company at the end is still how we're going to generate money. So I think that is something we should all remember. And the last thing is that as any crisis we ever have, you need to remember that they never last. So there will be an end. So keep positive and keep fighting for what you believe is right.
Thank you, Alban. It sounds very inspiring. Thanks a lot for these words.
You're welcome.
Hannah, would you like to share your experience, advice? I guess Hannah has some internet problems. She switched off. So I don't want to take any more of your time, guys. We will now go and follow up with all investors and startups. I appreciate everyone here, both founders. You made an amazing job, and I hope to announce very soon new deals closing between your startups and investors. And thanks a lot for investors for your contribution, for participating, and for sharing your wisdom and scouting actively for startups during such a tough market condition, despite what's going on and all these stressed messages in Twitter. So it's great that you are guys alive, active, and still investing in great projects. That is how our industry can survive and grow further. Thanks a lot. And thank you to Abdul Rahman, our venture analyst, who selected really great projects today. So thanks a lot, Abdul, and thanks to everyone. Take care, and we will follow up shortly in Telegram. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. See you.